Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shanna Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology and instructional coach for my district.
And I'm our producer and husband, Fuzz Martin, and Shanna is one of my favorites.
Thanks.
Yeah, yes. She's...
So, we're at episode 234.
Mm-hmm.
Second to last episode of the podcast. So, I often get asked by teachers that I coach, teachers that I work with, random people who ask me questions. I get asked often, what websites do I use the most in my classroom? So I still teach 50% of the time. I'm in the classroom half the time. And I have certain sites that are my go-tos, like bread and butter, use them all the time. I have at some point used, in some capacity,
Yes,
every site that I have ever shared on my podcast.
I think we lost count on the tally because
We have.
it just
Because,
became
I mean, if
overwhelming.
we, 234 episodes, and I've shared, on average, probably 3 sites an episode, because some weeks I've shared 5, way back when it was my 50th episode, I shared 50 of my favorite things. I feel like there's different things that I've done that I've probably shared about, on average, 3 sites an episode. It's a lot of websites that I talk about. And yes, I do repeat some of them as they make changes and updates and things like that. But I have certain websites that I use all of the time.
Mhm.
And anytime someone's like, hey, do you use this one? Or what do you recommend? Or how do you keep your life organized? Or those types of things. So I thought I would share my go-to sites that I have used for years. This is not, well, one of them I use more recently because I love it. But for the most part, they're not AI sites. I do use AI occasionally for things when I'm planning or organizing or starting to build a rubric or something.
Yeah.
So I use Claude sometimes, and I use Magic School occasionally, but that's not really my go-to. I need this up in my classroom every day, if that makes sense.
Sure.
A lot of that I just create from my brain. But I use, so the first I'm going to talk about today is called Classroom Screen. And I know I've talked about it in previous episodes.
You've talked about all these, right?
I've talked about all of these sites at
Yep.
some point in my podcast. If you go to the website like Smart and WI and you type in most of these, it will come up. So Classroom Screen is ClassroomScreen.com. Classroom Screen. And it will say, if you go to the home site, classroomscreen.com, and just type it in, it will say, do you want to try out the free version? And every week I say yes. And I have never paid for Classroom Screen. I have never used the paid version. I have never needed it.
Mm-hmm.
Classroom Screen has every classroom management tool I need in my classroom. It is up on my screen every day. I don't talk about my actual classroom very often. My classroom has no windows in it. So when I'm teaching, whatever's on my screen is our window to the outside world.
Yep.
And so Classroom Screen has beautiful backgrounds of places around the world. And because I teach social studies, it's kind of fun because I can introduce a place. And there's 20 to pick from, 24. And some of them are pro. And I don't pay for the pro version. So I just pick it. And I choose a background or a theme or something that goes with what I'm teaching. You can pull your students from Classroom Screen. You can randomize groups if you need to. But really the tools I use the most are the clock, because my clock is also fairly hidden in my classroom. Can't see it. So the digital clock is always on my board.
Mm-hmm.
Classroom Screen is always on my board. I use the timer all of the time because I do a lot of group work and rotations in my classroom. Timer's always up. And text, there's a little text box. So I type in directions this is the to-do list of the day, or for the class, or for the group rotations, whatever I'm doing. And you can change, font, color, whatever you need to. And so that Classroom Screen is my go-to on my classroom every day. great for management. It's got traffic lights. Like if you're an elementary teacher and we're in green mode or red mode, you need like a visual for them to understand like sound levels in their classroom. It has additional tools, like you can add extra images. There is a sound level option. You can actually click into that and it will give you max noise. I don't usually do that with middle school because it's a challenge then to see how loud we can make the noisemaker.
Sure.
Because that's what they do. But really, and you can hide the little bar on the bottom. So you can set up your tools and then hide it. And you also have the option to add more than one screen. So in the bottom right-hand part, you can actually shift from screens if you have more than one class. But classroom screen, literally every day for over, I mean, it's always been here, like 10 years or more. Like this is on my screen.
Every single day.
Use it. Love it.
Essential Shanna tool.
Correct. And the kids are used to it. The kids can navigate it if I need them to. Like, hey, can you change, like set the timer, hit go. Like they can do all of that for me if I need them to. But it is like classroom screen, go to on my screen every day. So I get to pick a pretty picture and look at something cool. Mm-hmm. Besides also have all of my fundamental tools on my classroom screen. Mm-hmm. So classroom screen, that's my like number one. Use it all the time. There's my number one. And we talked about this, me going through websites, like you're going to get 6 here. So
cool.
Second tool, Google Slides. I use Google Slides for everything because, and I was teaching my students this again this week, that Google Slides can be turned into any size format you need.
Yep.
So if you are in a Google Slide and it doesn't just have to be used for slides, go to a slide, go to file, go under page setup, and then switch it to custom. And you can make your Google slide the size you need it for anything. So you can make it a document. You can make it 11 by 17, which we use for like posters, newsletters, infographics, because we can print that because I can print it directly from my computer. They can. Usually we print from mine if we're doing that though. You can make timelines, so you can make it longer and wider as needed. So students can create long timelines. So Google Slides gives you the freedom of all of the adjustments. So not only adjusting like your page size, but then like I use Google Docs for some things, but if you need to create like a study guide, or if you need to create, when I'm creating my assessments for my ML students or my students with special needs and I'm modifying them, Google Slides allows me to drop in pictures easily, change my text boxes and move things around visually to support my students and you can do that in Google Docs, but Slides just gives you more freedom when you're creating those things.
Yeah, for sure.
And so my assessments are created that way. So I can get my targets in there. I can get all the things my students need to rearrange visuals, organizational tools, all of that's just easier when I'm using a Google Slide. So
it's also collaborative. So you can do, like we use it here in the marketing world. We use it to create all of our proposals because we can have people working on it at all different, on different pages all at the same time.
Yep. And I share it with our staff. So if my kids have support teachers and things like that, they're shared on it and they can change it. So we can actually adjust assessments per kid sometimes, where I have some kids that might need something translated versus some kids might need additional visuals to it. And we just make a copy and they can make adjustments to it as well.
Sure.
So Google Slides, and it has the option of dropping in like diagrams where I can drop a timeline diagram in and the kids can work from there. So there's just so many other options with Google Slides that I appreciate, not just using it for presentations, but also all of the tools it provides. And it has like dictation, so you can always read and speak into it and it's going to type what you're going to have it say anyway. So, and just accessibility pieces. So Google Slides is a go-to. I live in Google Slides all of the time. I use Docs often, but I use Slides more for creating what I need for my students. That's just a tool that I use all the time. In addition to that, I have started using Google Vids, which my district has access to now.
Yes.
A lot, because I often create videos of my directions for my students. So that way I don't have to repeat myself 12,000 times. They can just watch the video of me doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can have my slides up or my work up and then drop the vid in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very fast. I used to use Screencastify a lot. And I still use Screencastify for different things. But because this drops right into what I'm already using for my students or creating for my students, Google Vids also has a few AI tools that have made my videos so much better because it adds transcripts, which to me is huge. So it will transcribe right in there. So my students that need a transcription, it's available right with my video and my slide, and everything is there in one piece. So that has been one that I've picked up this year that I use a ton.
Sure.
As well. So those are my two like Google tools that are go-tos to use every day, favorite things to do. Because these are a few of my favorite things. Another tool I use both with my students, myself personally, and like with grad work and stuff that I've done is Canva. If you have Canva as an educator, you have Canva for free.
Yep.
And you can make every poster, every newsletter, and it will translate for you. Students can use it for infographics and projects, and it's nice because it saves time. When I want to push students out for content, like you want something pretty, but I care about the content and I want you writing it, and no, we're not turning the AI tools on. Like I want you actually to write it.
Yep.
Canva does have AI tools in there for them, but we make sure that they are choosing their own writing and their own words.
Mm-hmm.
And using Canva, like we just ran a food drive at my school and I had the kids all creating Canva food drive posters, and they were able to do that, share them with others, print them in color. They look professional. They were proud of them, and it was beautifully done. So Canva is a great tool as an educator to share out information with families and parents and make them look professional, but also a great tool for kids to use when you need something visually appealing and you don't have the time for them to find every image and click on every font. And like, it teaches them it teaches them those skills too. Like when you are creating something, no, there should not be more than 2 fonts. You should have a color scheme. Like we're not throwing up with all of these colors all over a piece of paper. Like it teaches them some of those visually appealing skills, I guess. Like, I don't know what you call it in the marketing world, but to make things look nice and professional and thoughtful when you're designing. So Canva is
where it's at.
Fabulous for that. And that's a go-to tool I've used forever. Always for free, never paid for it.
Yep.
And as an educator, you get an educator account, and kids get student accounts, and never paid for it.
Yeah.
Ever. And super useful.
Don't ever change Canva.
Please don't. It's super useful.
Yeah.
And then my last two are kind of like where I pull information from for other educators. Like as a coach, I am constantly trying to like read up on things and have some background on stuff. A quick reference that's been around forever too is Edutopia. You can find articles for everything, and it's quick reads. This is part of it. It's not like, hey, staff, we are now going to read a 6-page article after you've just taught for 8 hours with kids screaming at you for 7 of them. Like it's just quick information. They always have their reference sources. If you want to read more, you can. And they have a lot of relatable teacher topics that you can learn more about or pull ideas from. And it's usually fast information, which I'm more often than not looking for. And I don't know if I've ever talked about it on the podcast, but I also read a lot from Solution Tree. It happens to be because I'm a book reviewer for Solution Tree. So I read a lot of Solution Tree books as teacher guides and reference. And they always have a nice setup online where if you've purchased the book or you have them, they have all of the teacher resources digitally available online. So you can search the book and then search like additional resources and you have everything available to you. So that's where I pull a lot of those things from. So those are all of my favorite things that I use a lot, like every day, every week. I use a lot of tools a lot of the time, and like Google Classroom and like the Google Suite of stuff. But those are my go-tos: Classroom Screen, Google Slides and Vids, Canva, and the Edutopia Solution Tree books. Like those are Those are the world I live in.
Yes.
When it comes to educational.
Yeah. It's great.
Do you have a favorite tool that we've talked about that you think?
Oh man, your favorite tool that we've talked about
that you haven't like the music ones where you like sing and play along.
Blob Opera.
Blob Opera, yes.
Blob Opera comes up all the time. That's one of those that's
beyond the education world. That's everybody loves Blob Opera.
Yeah, there was there were some fun game ones that I liked to play, especially while we were recording. The Marble Run game and some of that stuff. But yeah, Blob Opera was always fun.
Still is.
It still is, yes.
Very relevant. If you haven't listened to past episodes on Blob Opera, you can go back and listen to those and then also go play Blob Opera.
It's a Google, they don't call them experiments anymore, do they?
It's Google Labs, but it goes under Google Experiments.
Okay,
it's within Google Labs and then it's a Google Experiment.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd say that's one of my faves.
Love it. And now we're going to go play Blob Opera. And it'll be great.
Yes.
Great for all ages and all classes. So yes. So there's just a few of our favorite things, my favorite things in particular, but go-tos when people ask, like those are always my reference. So if you haven't tried those or you haven't used them in that way that I've talked about, I suggest you just go test it out because some of those tools you'll just find become a part of your daily life and they are amazing. So there you go. Thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Blue Sky, Threads, Facebook, Instagram @SmartenWI. And if you want to get more information on the links discussed in this episode, you can visit SmartenWI.com. If you like the sports show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/SmartenWI or visit SmartenWI.com and click on that cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help keep the show going. New episodes
one last time.
Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed on this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as we've described, but we sure hope they do.